hope you learned one or two things through the program. Today we are going to another series and I'm very sure you will like it. But today I'm having someone very special in the house. Like the person is actually special to me. You know, in her I've got a sister, in her I've got a friend, in her I've got so many things in her. So I want to appreciate her for coming and I really appreciate that. Okay, let me show you who I'm having here today. With me here today, I'm having someone very special to my heart. And she is a teenager's coach and she's no, I will not tell you that. I will not tell you that. Ma'am, please, you're welcome. Can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
I am Victoria Adepoju.
Well, she's Victoria Adepoju. Do you know one thing that is very funny about that? I'm also very Victoria. Okay, you know Paulina, right? I'm also very Victoria, and probably that's what made us bond, but I do not know. Well, okay, fine. Today we'll be discussing on something very important, which our guests will be shedding more light to it. But before then, I know as you are a teenager, whether you're a teenage boy or a teenage girl, you've been trying to, probably you are already processing your admission or you are in school already. To some people, they think that, okay, I will not have someone to stay with, or to some parents, they think, I don't want my child to stay with someone in school. So today we'll be shedding more light on this, and which we'll say we say our topic as roommates in colleges, or let me just put it as roommates. So Ma, as you said, thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate it. What's funny, Ma? Thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate it. So Ma, today we're talking on roommates. I don't know if you can actually help us to shed more light. Who is a roommate?
Alright, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show. It's a great privilege. Alright, so roommate is someone you live together.
Okay.
Someone you live together in the same room. Literally, that's the literal definition. Someone you live together in the same room. So it could be your friend, could be a sister, could be a cousin, could even be someone you don't know at all that you just met in school and then you start living together. So you refer to the person as
Your roommate.
Right.
So it's not like probably it doesn't mean a stranger.
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily a
It
stranger.
might not be a
It might
stranger,
be a
like
sister.
someone you know.
Okay, let's say my elder sister. We are staying together, even at home. So we are
Yeah,
roommates.
you are roommates. You share the same room.
But I do not rent it.
Yes, you do not rent it. Your parents' house. Yes. So.
I don't think I can dare look at my sister and say we are roommates. She will
That's
slap me.
You can't think she's your roommate.
Okay, seriously, in universities and in colleges, we have people who stay together because of one reason or the other. But to some people, it's because of their health issue. To some people, it's because they cannot sleep. Like somebody like me, I don't like sleeping alone at all. I don't just like it. Even to eat, I cannot cook alone. I cannot cook for me alone. I don't like it. I cannot eat alone. I love company. If I can have food stuff for like 2 or 3 months without cooking, it now pays me to take snacks or milk and I'm good to go. So to some people, there is always a reason for them having roommates. But before then, I would like to ask, probably you've passed through one, or do you have any experience about a roommate, or you had one?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
Past tense. Like of a graduate.
I
Okay.
did in my undergraduate days. I had a roommate and we lived together for almost 5 years.
Wow.
Yes, almost 5 years.
So okay, you come and learn here. Almost 5 years.
Yeah, he's not more than that.
How do you do it?
Oh well.
Yes, like
It was-
how do you
it
do
was a
it?
beautiful experience. Let me start from the fact that when I got admission to school,
Okay.
I planned that I was not going to have a roommate. So I rented an apartment and I was living alone for the first year. So in the course of the year, I met a friend. We were in the same department, so we met in school. And then I noticed we attend the same church. So we see in church and then we see in school. So when I got to 200 level, there was a strike. And then when we resumed, I had to pay another rent again. So at that point, I was still determined that I was not taking a roommate. So I paid half of my rent. So that when we resume and then I can continue the fee. So she just suggested that then she had one other room. She had a roommate when she was living, where she was living. So I later left that hostel I was living with the mind that I was going to stay with her for some time before I secure another place, because I wanted to leave that hostel, that I would secure another place.
It's not very easy to live with someone you don't know, you don't have any idea of their background or where they come from. You know, everybody is just different. We have our individual differences, we have different things that we do. So, you know, it's not very easy. But for her, according to her story, I think everything was very sweet and everything was...
I know.
Okay. Before I go to that place, can we say that there was no fight between the three of you, or you don't?
There was, yes.
So have you ever invited probably your pastor
No.
how do you? Can you share one example to us?
Okay, can I remember one example? But I'll just put it together.
Yeah,
that
I understand.
We had issues. The thing about people is we are different.
Sure.
You have your own temperament, I have my own temperament. You have your own strength and weaknesses, I have mine. You have things you can accommodate, I have mine. So there are some things that your roommate will do that it's not comfortable for you. You just look at this and you're like, what's this rubbish you are doing now? I don't like this thing. Or the person is just inconveniencing you and you are not comfortable with it, but you just have to live with it because you are living with the person. So there were times we had issues, and okay, one of the way I think we solve our issues is we can get angry. We both get angry. I'll just use the both of us now. We both get angry, and after some time, when we are back to our senses, we call ourselves down and then we talk. We talk about it. Okay, what you did the other time, I didn't like it. You pained me, and I was someone that most of the time I don't talk about things. I'm pained, but I don't know how to express my pain, so I'll just keep it to myself. But she's someone that when you offend her, let us talk about it. So that everything will sort it one time. So, but my own kind of person, I will not quickly talk about. I will just keep it to myself, and I might not talk for a very long time. And my roommate can be that type of person. So we have our different temperaments, but after we have an issue, we call ourselves together. Okay, this is what she did, that I was wrong. I will apologize. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Then she apologizes as well, and then we move on.
Wow. But it's not very easy.
It's not very easy. It sincerely takes the mind of Christ. Sincerely, it takes God for you to, because sometimes you are like, you are paying your rent, I'm paying my rent. You are not, I don't owe you anything in this place. You have your stuff, I have my stuff. So let us just stay apart. And that is why I say, sincerely, when it is God that ordains it for you, you really enjoy it. Myself and my roommates, we cook together. We do almost everything together. The issue of maybe you have issues with food or anything, we never had that issue. So I can really accord it to God that it was God. I acknowledge that it was sincerely God that helped us, and the mind of Christ, the Holy Spirit within us, that quickens us to help us know.
Roommate, yes, she's very wonderful. Like she's very wonderful. Let me put it that way. So I'm this kind of person that I don't talk much. Like I don't really talk much. Most times you just see me playing music, praying, or reading books and all that. So we always talk, but not that. We don't really talk like that. So she'll be like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? You don't talk to me. And she's this kind of person that she's an extrovert. She will play, but she expects me to be doing such, which I'm totally different from that. Like I'm totally different. I don't talk. I might be inside the room for 2 days with my phone. I am good to go. But she loves playing. She loves singing. She loves doing all these things. So along the line, we are good. We are on a good time. But something happened. Like we lost communication. Then we are two different people.
Yeah.
So she needs someone that can talk to her, that can be her friend. So along the line, she got some people and they started talking and all that. So at that point in time, we lost ourselves. Like we stopped. Sometimes we stop talking and all that. We stop. Like everything just changes. So different people are giving her own opinions. Some people will just come and just say different kind of things. So that was what happened, and before we know it, we just lost ourselves. And in the long run, like we lost ourselves. Let me put it that way. So is it good to have a roommate? Like what are the advantages of having a roommate?
Alright, it's very good to have a roommate. Like what you are trying to cite now. That time that he was looking as if she needed someone to talk to, maybe she had something in her mind that she wanted to express, and you were not giving that. Not because you were bad, not because you were not good, but because it was just not your. Let's. I don't pray that any evil will happen. But let just something just has to happen in the middle of the night. Who will I call on to? So when you have a roommate, you have someone to attend to you when you have anything that's urgent to attend to. And talking about having someone you talk heart to heart to. There are times we have issues that you just want to keep to yourself. You just don't want to talk to anybody. But when you have a roommate, you can even before you call the person notices it. My roommate, before I even say mean that I don't really want to talk. When she notices, she will just call me. You are still sharing. What's wrong with you? And then I will open my mouth and talk, and then explain to her. Then we pray together about it. Whichever one needs advice, whatever needs to be done, she will guide me through on it and help me with it. And apart from things like that, it's also good to have a roommate because it will help you. People say that you have a roommate because it will train you to know how to live with your future spouse. When you say you don't like having a roommate, tell me that you also won't like to get married.
Wow.
Because when you live with your roommate, you learn. The person does something that you don't like. Your husband or your wife will do something you don't like later in the future. How will you live with the person? How will you manage it? So when you are living with your roommate, it's a time to learn. You try to balance and then know how to live with someone else that is just of the opposite, that is just opposite to you, that is of different temperament, of different character to what you are. So when you live with someone, you get to learn, you get to accommodate people and their weaknesses, you help them get better, then you get opportunities. When you have a roommate and your roommate knows someone that knows someone, you are easily connected. But when you don't have anybody, you say I don't want to live with anybody, I just want to be alone, then let me just accept that you are saying you don't need the help of anybody. So those are the things I feel are the reasons why are the advantages of having a roommate.
I was speaking with someone like 3 or 4 days ago. She's a teenage girl rather. So like, I've gotten my admission now. I don't want to roommate at all. Like,
I believe you will change your mind.
I don't want a roommate at all. Well, to me, I asked her what is the motive behind you saying you don't actually want a roommate. Actually, because she live a kind of get inside life. So she's waiting to explore and have this kind of social life and things that a friend could actually affect her moves or probably reporting her back to the parents. So and all these things, we all think that it's just good, like we should just be doing that. But we don't know that it's just for the main time. You want to enjoy life, you will enjoy it.
Yes,
that's the one thing that is very sure. You will enjoy the life. you want to do, what do you want to do, Seth? You want to have boyfriend, you have it, you want to have girlfriend, you have it, see everything, everybody will eat breakfast. Everybody have their own breakfast. So, but with time, like as she said, if you cannot live with a roommate, then tell me you are not ready to have a husband or you are not ready to have a wife. So you have to endure this time together. You have to endure with your roommate and all that. Thank you so much. I don't want to. Okay, you said, is it good to have a roommate? Well, like she said it is very good to have a roommate. Now, Ma, I want to ask another question. How do we deal with individual differences? Okay. Because we are actually a different being. I'm different, like I said. I'm this kind of person. I can be alone till tomorrow. I mean it. I can be alone till tomorrow, but I can accommodate anybody. But till that, I just love being alone. Not because of anything. You can only see me talking when maybe I'm on stage or I'm doing any other thing. But to be alone, I really love it. So I don't like anybody disturbing me at all. Just imagine, okay, like the one I shared now. She's an extrovert and she loves
two opposites.
we are different. We are different. So Ma, how do we deal with individual difference as the roommate?
Okay, dealing with individual differences as the roommate. Now I've been talking about temperaments. There are different temperaments. Okay, your roommate is an extrovert, you are an introvert. When you meet people, it is good to always acknowledge that you are different from the person. You are not the person is not you. You are just different. Even sisters, twin sisters are different. So saying that they are twin sisters does not mean they have everything in common. They have differences. Now when we have it in mind that, okay, I want to live with this person, be determined to be ready to accommodate the person's difference.
Be ready to accommodate.
Be ready to accommodate. When you are ready to accommodate and you have it in mind that, okay, I know this person is different from me, but I'm just determined that I will accommodate the person. Now when you are saying that you are not ready to accommodate people, you have sisters.
Sure.
For someone that have a younger sister and elder sister, you live together. You and your sister are not the same, but you didn't send your sister out of the house. You can't even send your sister out of the house and talk about it. That is just the best thing to do. If I now assume that she offended me and I cannot talk to her, you now go to your own friend and start telling them, if you see what my roommate did, if you see it, that is the beginning of backbiting. When you do that, it's the beginning of backbiting. And on the long run, your friend outside will poison your mind towards your roommate. That whatever that person does you won't see any good in it again when you start doing that. But when you learn talking about it yourself, avoid third party, just like marriage. I used to liken roommates issues to marriage. It's just like having a third party. When you are not careful of third parties, they will destroy your relationship. What this person, when someone outside will be telling you, see, when you get to the room, don't talk to her. Just get to the room, go to your bed and sleep. Don't talk to her. When you get home tomorrow morning, have your bed, cook your food, eat, and go to class. Don't talk to her again. Don't do this and that. And the person will be feeling like, and there are people that when you do things like that to them, they don't even see it. Someone like my roommate, if you try to give her this, she's not seeing you. She will just continue like everything is just normal. She will just snub you and leave you. When you are back, when you know you are ready to talk, you come and you call her that you are ready to talk. So there are people like, but there are some people that someone like me, I easily notice when my roommate start giving me attitude, I don't like it. It gets to me seriously. So I'll be like, I didn't even say. What did I do? Let's talk. So when you have someone like that, when you learn that, okay, when we have issues, let us talk about it. There's no need of going to the back to talk about it somewhere else, because it will destroy your relationship. And that person that is destroying your relationship will not be there with you in the room. It's just the two of you. When she says you not talk to your roommate and you need something urgently, is it that friend that is far away you will call that this is what I need urgently? It's your roommate that is there that you need to call that, okay, this is what I need at this moment. So when you learn to talk about it, solve your issues without taking. So when you notice that probably it's getting out of hand and you need to involve the third party, let it be someone that is matured, that can guide you right and give you the right counsel.
Thank you so much. I'm really getting blessed. Okay, as she said, if it's getting out of hand, you need to go and look for someone that is older or someone that is mature enough and trusted, not someone that you tell and the person will still go and tell another person.
Exactly.
Before you know it, the chain is going on and just be hearing your issue from party A to party B to party B. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Okay, ma, what are the disadvantages of having a roommate?
Okay, well, I would say there are more of advantages than disadvantages. Talking about disadvantages, the only disadvantage I can put my hand to is maybe you don't get to enjoy your privacy for introverts. Extroverts don't have privacy.
Yes,
What's their own? They just want to be. Let's just spend anyhow. Let's just live anyhow. Eh? But for introverts, you tend to lose your privacy. Another thing is, maybe apart from privacy, I don't think I have any disadvantage, because when you are in the right relationship with your roommate, you have more of advantages than disadvantages. You can't even pinpoint any disadvantages sincerely. So there are more of advantages to disadvantages.
But I've seen a roommate, like their roommates in school, in campus, and they have to go and beat themselves because of their boyfriend.
That is why I said when they are not in good terms. When they are not in good terms, and then it is not involving matured minds. When it's not involving matured minds, you are not in good terms. Those kind of things happen. When roommates start beating themselves, their roommates are ladies. They will give themselves blows, serious fighting. Serious fighting. Some will shout on each other. I have had set of roommates that on the long run, later they went apart and they didn't live together again for the rest of their stay in school, because they were not ready to just accommodate each other. And there are some people that you just look at them, you just every day, at that people will look at my sister and they'll be like, you and I, did you really fight? Do you even fight at all? I'll be like, don't even talk about that one. We fight though, seriously. But when you know that, okay, this is what it is, you accept it the way it is, and then you try to avoid problem. When you know what your roommate like, when you know what your roommate doesn't like, try to avoid what she doesn't like, do what she likes. Not as if you are wanting to please her all the time, but then you are just learning to accommodate and make peace. When you say make peace with all men, you are trying to make peace. You don't want any trouble. Make peace, let there be peace amidst you, and foster unity.
Wow. I learned something from that. Let there be peace. Let there be love. Let there be peace between you. If there is no peace, if there is no love, you can't actually live well. You cannot live well. She said there is no more disadvantage if you are in a good time. If you're not in a good time, you have a lot of things to solve. But before we go to the next question, different people just find their roommates probably when they meet a day, or when they meet, probably they just met rather, and they just get acquainted and just say, okay, we want you to be staying with me. How do you actually get a better roommate? Because you said your own kind of roommate is God kind of roommate. Is there everybody that will have this kind of God kind of roommate?
Okay, I wanted to say something and I forgot. What I wanted to say was, some people are better off being your friend than being your roommate.
Some people are better off being your friend than being your roommate.
Because you enjoy the relationship as friends. You know that we are just friends, we don't live together. But when you become roommates, you notice that some people, when they say they are best of friends and they start living together, and you hear that they started fighting, you will not know that it's because they've not learned that they are supposed to be friends instead of being roommates. So when you know that, okay, this person, we are meant to be friends, let's just stay as friends. This
but
person
how do you know? Sorry for cutting. How do you know?
How will you know is that, well, I don't know any magic I used to know. I don't know any magic I used to know. And you can't say you want to start test run. It's not a matter of test run. When you want to start living with someone, you have said, okay, I want to start living with this person, and then you start living together. So, but when you know that, okay, I want to start living, even if you are best of friends, because they are still best of friends that live together as roommates, and they are doing fine. They are doing very fine. So when you are ready to accept and acknowledge that, okay, I want to be living with this person, I've made up my mind that I'm ready to accommodate this person and live with this person, then you both can live together successfully.
Thank you so much, girl. They used to say that men are okay, like they can stay. I have seen a guy that doesn't have a room till they finish school.
Yes, so they'll just be squatting around. It's possible.
Like, but females, you have wahala. Yes. We have wahala. I am one of them. We have wahala. But if we can learn to understand ourselves, we can learn to bond well and live, and be mature. Let me put it that way. Things will be better. Okay, ma'am, the next question I have here is that what's your advice to female, especially on having a roommate? females, like we said, they are wahala. So what's your advice to them?
Alright, basically my advice to females on having a roommate is make up your mind that you want to be responsible. Responsibility matters. When you are ready to be responsible and you are ready to live with the person, make up your mind that okay, I accept that this person is not me and cannot be me. I accept that this person will do some things that will annoy me. Prepare for days like that. Forgive ahead. When you have a heart that forgives ahead, that I know that this day my roommate can annoy me, can do something that will make me angry, but I forgive the person ahead of time. So when you have that mind that okay, I forgive the person ahead of time, I'm ready to make peace, I don't want trouble. Okay, I'm an extrovert, I want to just live my life, I want to enjoy my life. Good. I'm an introvert, I just want to be myself, but maybe my roommate is an extrovert. How do we manage it? It is possible to be managed. When your roommate notices that okay, when you get to understand each other, she knows that okay, this is the time you want to be alone, she needs you to be alone. This is the time you want to be playful, she needs you to be playful. So just learn to be responsible, be accommodating, hospitable, and foster unity. Let peace reign amidst you.
Let peace reign amidst
When there's peace,
females. Let peace reign amidst you. You cannot just live your life alone. That is what I know. It's good to have somebody beside you. If you are somebody like me, it's good to have somebody beside you, that somebody you can just talk with, somebody you can share your mind with, somebody you can cook together, somebody you can eat together like me. Somebody you can eat. Because I cannot eat alone. If you come to my house, if you want go of rice this month, you meet it next month. Yes. I don't know where I'm seeing my fatness. If you come, I'm serious. If I do not have anybody in that room, I won't cook. Not because I'm lazy, I love cooking, but eat alone. I rather take noodles. I rather eat noodles and be fine. So please and please, it's actually good to have someone. And if you don't want to have, fine.
Yeah.
But if you actually need it, probably because of health issues and that, do well to just explain some things to your roommate first. Probably you have some health issues that probably you have an attack. You used to have an attack in the middle of the night. Please share it before, so that it will not be like the person was strange,
surprised that
what happened. So explain to them, let them know about what is happening to you. And if you are fine, sometimes you just know that you just want to be alone, you need to share it with them. You need to talk together, you need to communicate together. Remember what I said, what happened between her and my friend was that we don't communicate and we allowed third party, and before you know it, we went on our separate ways. So thank you so much, Miss Victoria. I really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing out of your cup of wisdom and sharing out of your plate of knowledge. I do not take it for granted. Well, I know you as a teenagers coach. I know that since our program is actually for teenage girls or teenage boys, or teen boy rather, so I know that you have one or two advices, advice for teenage boy or teen girl, teen boy or teen girl at any point in time. So let's say I am the teenage girl and I'm a teen boy. So advise me. I'm still 18 years old. So all the advice to me at any point in time.
Alright. Before I go there, I want to add something to the last thing I said, that about females having a roommate. Let God be the one to guide you. When God guides you, then you enjoy the relationship. Okay, now to my advice to teenage boy and girls. Well, the teenage is the time that you tend to build your life and anticipate what is in future for you. I always believe in something that God has a plan for each and every one of us, teenagers inclusive, and God wants us to live at the peak of His plan for us. And the only way we can do that is that we give ourselves to His will and we allow Him to guide and direct us. So my advice to teenagers out there is let God be the one guiding you. After God, when you put God first, your academics next. After your academics, every other thing can now follow. Because nowadays we have teenagers putting God first, right? But after God, they now bring every other thing. They bring their boyfriend, they bring their friends, they bring every other distracting things. But when you let your academics follow, and then every other thing can follow, and advise that you just see things falling in place for you when you get it right in your teen age. So I trust that God will help you to live the life He has destined for every teenager, and we help them to live to the full potential of what He has in mind for them in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Victory. I don't want to say it this morning, so let me say it. Let me say it well. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. I do not take it for granted. Like, I knew her very well. She used to post her roommate, And Kimiko Ade. I think it's so. Well, I really appreciate. Thanks for coming.